like that, then that makes us live, and we can pretend we know what we're doing. And
I'm just assuming you know what you're doing. I'm just here to do as I'm told.
I more or less know what I'm doing. I've done it before.
I assume I need to remember to mute myself at appropriate points.
Probably a good idea. It's generally not considered sporting to sing along.
Yeah. No,
the only exception to the rule I have for that is when it's someone's birthday. It's absolutely hilarious if everyone in the chat, whether it be Zoom or whether it be Discord or oh God, what was the thing? Clubhouse. When it's someone's birthday, everyone should unmute and sing happy birthday as well as they possibly can, which is, for the listener, inevitably terrible.
Yeah, not in any way embarrassing.
And hilarious.
Talking of not embarrassing birthday things, given that we're now, live on the internet, I'm going to tell you how incredibly clever I am. Mm-hmm. Earlier today, someone told me, this person was 18, has just turned 18. And I said, oh, you're February 29th, baby. That's how clever I am.
Yeah. Very, very old. Or
very, very old indeed. They looked very good for their age, I have to say.
Or February the 28th, yeah.
February 25th. There's not a leap year every 3 years, is there?
No. So. Well, no. I mean, there's not a leap year every 4 years if we're being picky.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Give us back our 18 days. And our leap year in 1900. How niche is that joke, though? Chat will tell us. Hello, chat. We're all here.
Hello, chat. Yes.
Oh God, we've got Pirates of Penzance things going on through the Mashima, through Marion's brain, I guess. Yes, welcome to Edwin, aka JT Steam in chat. Or maybe JT Steam is just pretending to be Edwin. And we'll see them saying
really
things
am.
when Edwin clearly isn't typing in on camera. And then our brains will explode. So I normally ask a new guest to talk about their first encounter with Martin Carthy. But it's always a good idea to sort of check. And Edwin's aware of Martin Carthy. So as this is we're in filk territory here, how did you come across filk music?
That's a very interesting question. I don't really remember. I can tell you how I came across it again. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty sure I encountered filk music when I was an undergraduate back in Durham in the 19 mumble late 20th century, and sort of enjoyed reading parodies in particular and reading the lyrics online. But I only rediscovered it a couple of years ago when something kept us all at home in March 2020.
I wonder what that might have been.
And I thought, well, I guess I'll make a racket with some ukuleles for a bit.
Yeah.
And then at some point I thought, well, I should start writing down some of these things that I'm singing, and I joined the community February Album Writing Month. So
right.
This is so every February. So obviously just finished. Every February, the goal is to write 14 songs, and they don't have to be polished or produced. It's just get the idea out there. I mean, it doesn't even have to have a demo. Just rough lyrics would be fine. So I thought, yeah, okay, I'll sign up to that. And at some point, someone said this song would sound great in a filk circle.
And you went.
And I thought, oh yeah, I remember those from a long, long time ago. So I just did I did the thing as that any good nerd would do, and search for everything on the internet about filk, and discovered kind of online filk circles, and discovered that it was a really fun community to be part of.
Yeah.
So I'll keep doing that now.
Was Usenet kind of your gateway back in undergraduate days then?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I miss Usenet.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's still there, but
Yeah, but it's not really, is it?
not really.
Yeah, I think Old Callahan's was what made me aware of filk. I didn't really go out of my way to look for it. But I went up to the last Glasgow Worldcon and saw the filk thing on the programme. I thought, well, I know some songs that would probably fit in a filk circle. You know, folk songs about fairies are probably going to go all right. And toddled along. And I've not been able to escape since. As I often say, I'm not really a filk singer. Not really a filker. I'm just a folk singer who fell among filkers. But it's kind of hard to deny. Now I've written at least 2 filk songs.
Well, there you go.
It
seems to be more a state of mind than a genre or anything else.
Well, I suppose I should kick things off with a song, shouldn't I? That's usually
songs. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I mean, we could disappear off down a rabbit hole with you explaining what the fuck your programming language is, but let's save that for later.
I'll do that at the drop of a hat, but I'm not wearing a hat, so let's not. Very good.
Don't think it works. He's not started explaining.
You can, just above my thumb, that's my Idris the Dragon plushie, just so you know.
Right. Of course, yes. Idris is... Here's a tangent. Idris is how my wife learned to sing low harmonies.
Oh, really?
Well, it's because Idris wasn't singing the low harmonies, was he? Ivor was singing the low harmonies.
Yes.
But Jill had was recovering slowly from laryngitis, and the first to come in was the low register. Too low to sing the tune, but she listened to Ivor and worked out how to sing low harmonies. In the episode where Idris and Ivor are members of the Panty Girdle Choir or whatever it's called. Yes, I won a Pegasus. You're right, Gary. Thank you very much. I shared a Pegasus. I'm going to sing a song now.
I will mute myself.
Probably a good idea. Yeah, let's just do that. Come one and all. No. Yes. Come one and all, let us be jolly, drive away all melancholy, for to grieve it is a folly. Oh, when we're met together, let union be in all our hearts. Let all our hearts be joined as one. We'll end the day as we begun, we'll end it all in pleasure. Rack falla rolla roll to relido, rack falla rolla rolla to relido, rack falla rolla rolla to relido. Oh, when we're met together, King Solomon in all his glory tells each wife a different story. In our cups we'll still disapprove of that. Oh, when we're met together, let union be in all our hearts. Let all our hearts be joined as one. We'll end the day as we begun, we'll end it all in pleasure. Rack falla rolla roll to relido, rack falla rolla roll to relido, rack falla rolla rolla to relido. Oh, when we're met together, eating and drinking, they're so charming, piping and smoking, there's no harm in. All these things we'll take delight in. When we're met together, let union be in all our hearts. Let all our hearts be joined as one. We'll end the day as we begun, we'll end it all in pleasure. Rack falla rolla roll to relido, rack falla rolla rolla to relido, rack falla rolla rolla to relido. When we're met together, cease your quarrelling and fighting, evil speaking and backbiting. All these things take no delight in. When we're met together, let union be in all our hearts. Let all our hearts be joined as one. We'll end the day as we begun. We'll end it all in pleasure. Rack, follow, roll, to lido. Rack, follow, roll, to lido. Rack, follow, roll, to lido. When we're met together, grab the bottle as it passes. Do not fail to fill your glasses. Water drinkers are universally excellent fellows, and I won't hear a word said against them. When we're met together, let union be in all our hearts. Let all our hearts be joined as one. We'll end the day as we begun. We'll end it all in pleasure. Rack, follow, roll, to lido. Rack, follow, roll, to lido. Rack, follow, roll, to lido. When we're met together, let union be in all our hearts. Let all our hearts be joined as one. We'll end the day as we begun. We'll end it all in pleasure. Rack, follow, roll, to lido. Rack, follow, roll, to lido. Rack, follow, roll, to lido. When we're met together. When we are met together. There you go. Let union be. An old traditional song with some slightly less traditional words interpolated.
Always lovely to hear the harmonies.
Ah, thank you. Always, I mean, yes, I enjoy hearing the harmonies. That's why I do it. Dell's here.
Oh, hello, Del.
Ah.
Del is a chap I know from the Seasons of the Ukulele group.
Oh.
Which you should all join in because it's loads of fun.
Ah. Do you have to have a ukulele?
Well, ideally.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't have to have played one before. you just have to be willing to have a crack at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but I only have cats, so my dog doesn't have fleas, so...
Ah, well. I mean, I did basically spend 2 or 3 years learning the ukulele in public via Seasons of the Ukulele. So it's something about turning 40 is that you lose all shame.
Yes.
And just do these things.
Yep. Yeah. The problem I have with the dreaded banjo, and the reason that people don't hear the banjo, I often say that I don't have a banjo, I have the threat of a banjo. And part of the problem is that I've got 56 years of practice with my voice, and an instrument's got a lot of catching up to do. So yeah, I keep having a go, and I very much enjoy it when I do, and then I put it down for long enough that my fingers forget what it feels like to hold strings down, and which never helps. I mean, they're very light strings, and it's a very low action, so it's about as friendly to fingers as it could be, but it's still.
But you still need to keep up the practice and the calluses.
Yeah. Marion has the guitar under the same pretences. Rick Hewitt's here. Fell into fandom around the time he hit 40. Yeah, I'm not, even to this day, I'm not really sure I'm involved in fandom. I'm still not quite sure what goes on at an honest to God science fiction con. I know what goes on at a filk con by now, but I still don't quite understand what panels are about and stuff like that. So.
Well, I'm planning to go to WorldCon in Glasgow, and I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen there.
Yes.
And even if I'll be able to cope with that volume of people.
I'm contemplating going, but I haven't yet sorted out tickets, membership, hotels, anything. So I might not be going. Yes.
Yeah, at least for me, if I can run away home easily enough, it's only a couple of hours away.
Yeah. Yeah, when I did Long Con, I ended up, because great advantage of not being a drinker is you can commute to a con from much further away than you'd think.
Right, yes. Yeah.
So I got a friend in West London, so even though it was down in Docklands, I was commuting across the city and staying with them. Oh dear, Marion's broken a niddy noddy. Dear, that's annoying. Famous and semi-famous people chatting about their show, film, etc. and fielding questions from fans. Yes. Yeah, the impression I get with what the best bit of a con is like, what's the best bit of any conference?
Oh, the hallway track. Always.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the people you bump into rather than the people you deliberately go to listen to.
Yeah.
I used to, every year, try and put a proposal together to go to OSCON that was good enough that O'Reilly would fly me out, and bless them, they tended to. But then they stopped being convention organisers, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that now. And also, I'm no longer even remotely a professional programmer.
I haven't been for 20-odd years, but I still go to these things.
Yeah. Also, Del, I can remember all the words.
Well, that's true. People on the internet can't. Well, you can't see this, but I have the words here and Zoom here. And if I hadn't told you that, you'd probably still have guessed.
Well, I'm looking at you in an auto cue, which is how I can meet your eyes. And in theory, I could throw up the words to songs on there, but I don't. It's a matter of pride. When I do the Rise Up Singing Challenge, you know, when people pick a page number, not yet. When I pick a page number, when people pick a page number, I'm blatantly holding the words up in front of me.
Yeah. Well, I've started trying to commit things to memory, but it's gonna take a while.
It's nice if you can, especially if you're doing. I mean, in a folk circle, people kind of expect you to be singing from words, and there are a few of us who don't, and it doesn't really make any difference. I think that once you're off book, you're going to do better at being in the song, but that's just my.
Well, I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
But I haven't had enough practice to know for sure.
But also, I don't. You know, I mean, I don't mind if people don't. You know, I would far rather someone sang from words than didn't sing because they didn't remember.
Yeah.
And there's a few arseholes on the folk scene who are very, very down on people singing from books of words, and it's just like.
Well, they can just not listen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or singing from the phone. You know, in a decent sing-around, in a folk sing-around, most people won't be singing from their phone, but some people might be, and that's fine. I think if it's everyone, it's a different kind of session anyway, so you can't lose. Just chastity, constancy, and page numbers, just not yet. Thank you, Gizmo. Anyway. So I'm going to ignore the fact that you're clearly looking at words. Do you have a song?
I could sing a song.
That would be a good idea.
I don't exactly know which song I should do, but I've picked one that I'm going to start with, just because it starts nice and gentle.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, it starts gentle. I grew up with the home computing revolution of the 80s, and I'd be playing my computer games, and my mum would say things like, "Oh, you shouldn't play those games so much, they're not educational," and I beg to differ. I learned something very important from playing, for example, Pac-Man.
Yes.
So what happens in Pac-Man is you run around away from the ghosts, Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. Pub quiz answer for you there if you need it. And then when you've completed the level, what happens is you do exactly the same thing again, only it's faster and harder. So what we're learning from Pac-Man is that the reward for success is more work.
Until you completely break the game.
Yes, exactly. I mean, what you could do is is what I did, which is learn 6502 machine code and learn how to get infinite lives. But, you know.
Oh, were you a Commodore 64 guy then?
BBCB.
Ooh.
Yeah. So. Anyway, the other thing you could do is get 30 years older and write a song about it. So here we are. Left or right, life is a maze, always running, stay in the chase. Can't stand still, or you're caught in a trap. Got to know your way round the map. Stay alert and earn your keep. In every corner there's something to eat. Be good, clear your plate. Power up, keep the spectres at bay. And your reward for every success is the more you win, the faster life gets. So level up, there's nowhere to hide from Blinky, Pinky, Inky and Clyde. Level 2. Slay your demons, ward off the ghosts. Relax for a couple of seconds at most. For 60 levels and 10, they're always back to haunt you again. Like Patrick McGowan, fleeing from Rover. It's when, not if, your game is over. Escape to the east, back on the west. No time to pack up and get some rest. And your reward for every success is the more you win, the faster life gets. So level up, there's nowhere to hide from Blinky, Pinky, Inky and Clyde. Like Patrick McGowan, fleeing from Rover. It's when, not if, your game is over. Escape to the left, back on the right. Stay in the shadows and keep out of sight. And your reward for every success is the more you win, the faster life gets. So level up, there's nowhere to hide from Blinky, Pinky, Inky and Clyde. Now this is the point in the song where I always wonder if I started a little bit too fast. Let's find out. And your reward for every success is the more you win, the faster life gets. So level up, there's nowhere to hide from Blinky, Pinky, Inky and Clyde. And your reward for every success is the more you win, the faster life gets. So level up, there's nowhere to hide from Blinky, Pinky, Inky and Clyde. Game over.
Nice.
I'll just put this aside to cool down a little bit.
It's relatively recently, wasn't it? Someone worked out. They found the code from the original machine, and I don't know about you, but I thought, as a sprog, that the ghosts were moving fairly at random.
Oh, no.
And they're fully deterministic.
Absolutely. And they all have different characters and
Yes.
Personalities. Now,
And
I
one
only
of them-
recently discovered that.
And one of them has a bug. There's a fantastic blog post explaining how they all work. And I can't remember which one it was. One of them apparently is bugged.
Oh, right. Huh? I'll have to go and investigate.
And I can't remember which. The one who's the most determined is actually not aiming at you. He's aiming at 3 points over and 3 points to the right and 3 points up or something like that. Because the expectation is that they're hoping that you're going to be moving into him at this point. It's just
cleverer than we all ever believed.
Absolutely. And in on that original Namco arcade machine, in not a lot of space.
Oh, I have on my office door, I have a picture of the ZX81 chess game. Mm-hmm. So this is a chess program that played a passable game of chess inside 1K of memory.
Yeah.
And it's written in... So I've got it with a poster in Z80 assembly language, and it's shaped like a pawn, a chess pawn. Mm-hmm. And the other day, I saw someone standing outside my office. They weren't waiting for me or anything. They were just kind of looking at the door. And I got to the door, and the chap said, "Oh, I was just admiring the pawn on your door." So then we both realised what he just said.
Yeah, I mean, all those machines that we grew up spending far too much of our time playing games on, when the games wouldn't, the icon for Loopy Pro on my iPad is
right.
I think it's even bigger than the RAM on something like an ST. It's nowadays icons are up in megabytes, and we're just bewildering what could be done with no memory. I mean, you're a BBC B boy, so Elite.
Oh yeah,
that's just.
There are. I feel like now is not the time to go into all the things I find amazing about Elite, but there are so many amazing things about Elite. just how it worked.
Yes.
Like that should not have been possible.
Yeah.
They used the vertical sync of the TV screen, so there's a 50 hertz interrupt. So they would time it to change display mode based on the sync of the monitor. So
halfway through the
update, so you'd get two different display modes. Yeah, and that's
so
as far as I'll go.
High resolution black and white in the top, and then low resolution colour in the front, because there was not enough memory in the BBC-B, regardless of the software, to have colour at the resolution of that black and white screen.
Yeah. Dell is saying that Doom was the best, but I mean Doom was very impressive, but it was I don't know how much memory did they have for Doom?
They got it running on the NES.
Okay, that is pretty impressive.
I don't think maybe on the SNES. I can't remember if it was the NES or the SNES, but it does run. They got Elite running on the NES, which is remarkable. Mr. Masherman, you could potentially knit Doom. You could certainly encode, Elite, because it's less than 32K of code, because 32K is the RAM of the BBC, and you need some of that RAM for the display. You could certainly encode the source of Elite. Have you come across the Elite source code with commentary that's on the internet?
I have seen it, yes.
I reckon that's possibly more important than the Lions book on the annotated Unix source code.
I'm not going to argue with that.
For my generation, at least.
I'm definitely going to say it's more interesting.
I don't know, there were bits of... Anyway, yeah, back when Fortran was not even Tutran.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly, Mashman. I mean, you could potentially knit all sorts of things. Welcome to Geeks Are Us. Yeah, absolutely, Del.
Come on, Del. You knew where this was going to go.
You heard the kind of things that that Edwin writes. Yeah, as Masherman is working out how much knitting you'd have to do. 3,332 square feet. A mere bagatelle. How big is that square? What's the square root of 3,322? Can't do that one off the top of my head. Marilisa, I'm shocked to arrive and found you mid-geek. We're going to not do geeking. 57. So it's only 57, it's nearly 58 foot square, roughly, is the Doom source code if you knitted it.
Oh.
Sorry, the Doom installer if you knitted it. This might be the weirdest tangent we've ever gone off on one of these song swaps.
Should I shut up and let you sing a song?
It's probably a good idea. Oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. In that bog there was a hole, a rare hole, a rattling hole, hole in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. In that hole there was a tree, a rare tree, a rattling tree, tree in the hole, in the hole, in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog, oh dear me, down in the valley, oh, now on that tree there was a limb, a rare limb, a rattling limb, limb on the tree, in the tree, in the hole, in the hole, in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, oh, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, now on that limb there was a branch, a rare branch, rattling branch, branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, in the tree, in the hole, in the hole, in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, oh, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, oh, roll the rattling bog, bog down in the valley, oh, now on that branch there was a twig, a rare twig, a rattling twig, twig on the branch, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, in the hole, in the hole, in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, oh, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, oh, roll the rattling bog, bog down in the valley, oh, now on that twig there was a leaf, a rare leaf, a rattling leaf, leaf on the twig, and the twig, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, in the hole, in the hole, in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, oh, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, now on that leaf there was a nest, a rare nest, rattling nest, nest on a leaf, and a leaf on the twig, and the twig, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, in the hole, in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, oh, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, now in that nest there was an egg, a rare egg, a rattling egg, egg in the nest, and the nest on a leaf, and a leaf on the twig, and the branch on the tree, in the hole, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, in the hole, in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, oh, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, now on that bird there was a wing, a rare wing, a rattling wing, wing on the bird, and the bird on the egg, and the egg in the nest, and the nest on the leaf, and the leaf on the twig, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, in the hole, in the hole, in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, oh, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, now on that wing there was a feather, a rare feather, a rattling feather, feather on the wing, and the bird, and the egg, and the egg in the nest on the leaf, and the leaf on the twig, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, in the hole, in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, oh, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, oh, bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, now from that feather came a bed, rare bed, feather on the wing, and the bird on the egg, and the nest on the leaf, and the leaf on the twig, and the branch on the limb, and the limb in the tree, in the hole, in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, now on that bed there was a maid, a rare maid, a rattling maid on the bed, feather on the wing, and the bird on the egg, and the nest on the leaf, and the leaf on the twig, and the branch on the limb, and the limb in the tree, in the hole, in the bog, and the bog bog down in the valley, yo. Ho, row the rattling bog down in the valley, yo. Ho, row the rattling bog down in the valley, yo. Now on that maid there was a man, a rare man, a rattling man. Man on the maid, and the maid on the bed, feather on the wing, and the wing on the bird, and the bird on the egg, and the egg on the nest, and the nest on the leaf, and the leaf on the twig, and the twig on the branch, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, and the tree in the hole, and the hole in the bog down in the valley, yo. Row the rattling bog down in the valley, yo. Ho, row the rattling bog down in the valley, yo. Now on that man there was an arm, a rare arm, a rattling arm. Arm on the man, and the man on the maid, and the maid on the bed, feather on the wing, and the wing on the tree, and the tree on the tree. Wing on the bird, and the bird on the egg, and the nest on the leaf, and the leaf on the twig, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, and the hole in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, yo. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley, yo. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley, yo. Now on that arm there was a hand, a rare hand, a rattling hand on the arm, and the arm on the man, and the man on the maid on the bed, feather on the wing, and the wing on the tree, and the wing on the wing on the bird, and the bird on the egg, and the nest on the leaf, and the leaf on the twig on the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, and the hole in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, yo. Ho, row the rattling bog down in the valley, yo. Ho, row the rattling bog down in the valley, yo. And on that hand there was a nail, a rare nail, rattling nail on the hand, and the hand on the arm, and the arm on the man, and the man on the maid on the bed, feather on the wing, and the wing on the tree, wing on the limb, wing on the bird, and the bird on the egg, and the nest on the leaf, and the leaf on the twig on the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, and the hole in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, yo. Ho, row the rattling bog down in the valley, yo. Row the rattling bog down in the valley, yo. And from that nail there hung a picture, a rare picture, a rattling picture on the nail on the hand on the arm, and the arm on the man, and the man on the maid on the bed, feather on the wing, and the wing on the bird, and the bird on the egg, and the nest on the leaf, and the leaf on the twig on the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, and the hole in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, yo. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley, yo. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley, yo. And oh, that picture was a tree, a rare tree, a rattling tree on the picture, and the picture on the nail, and the nail on the hand on the arm, and the arm on the man, and the man on the maid on the bed, feather on the wing, and the wing on the bird, and the bird on the egg, and the nest on the leaf, and the leaf on the twig on the branch on the tree, branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, and the hole in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, yo. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley, yo. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley, yo. On that tree there was a limb, a rare limb, a rattling limb on the tree, and the hole in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, yo. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley, yo. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley. Home.
All in one breath as well.
Itch. You can kind of cheat a breath on the rare bed, feather bed. There's a natural pause in it there, and you can just get a half breath quickly. But
Marvellous.
If you're going to do one that speeds up, so am I. Thanks everyone for
good luck reading that one that fast.
It's so long since I've sung it, I've forgot how I was going to end it. That's not how I normally end it. And usually she's on top. But anyway, thank you very much to the people who've chucked money in the hat. You're very kind.
Thank you.
And yes, at the end of the night or sort of early on Saturday morning or Sunday morning, I will count up everything that's been chucked in the hat, divide it in two, add a fiver to it from the people who are subscribers on my Ko-fi, and send that to Edwin's PayPal. And so, yeah.
Very kind.
So he will have been paid to do filk.
This makes me a professional musician.
I know, right? Fucking hell. See, but I'm not, you see. I'm doing it as a busker. No one's paid. There's no obligation to pay.
Ah, right. Yeah, that's true. Yes, that's true.
Marilisa, I have 2 fingers for you. Well, I have 4. There's a hole in the bottom of the seat. Yes, that is another variant, Mosherman. Don't worry, you don't have to keep doing songs that get faster.
I will. Yeah, however fast your last one finished, that's where you have to start the next one. That's the rule.
Yes, that's exactly how it works. I really enjoy a good patter song. I really do. The sort of one with a lot of words and not a lot of time.
I always like a song where it doesn't necessarily matter what it's saying, but the rhythm of the words is just
oh god,
right.
So satisfying. Yes,
yeah.
The modern Major General is beautiful.
Right. And it almost doesn't matter what it means. It just scans beautifully.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what does to right, ooh right, a mean?
Oh, who cares?
But would Come On Eileen be the same without it?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Absolutely
exactly.
not. Is it time for the laddie with the trousers on? Maybe, Marion. That one gets faster as well.
Yeah, I don't think I have a song that slows down.
Don't worry about it.
No.
Oh, in folk, there's any number of songs that when you sing them in a folk club with a lot of people, slow down.
Well,
because the people joining in the chorus want to take it an awful lot slower generally than the singer does. So you get this, oh shit, I really want to keep the pace up. And now they're going, ah.
I was actually thinking back to the online happy birthday singing, where you sort of there's a bit of a lag between whoever's leading it and everyone else, and they try to slow down to hear everyone else. And funnily enough, you get this in real life too. So if you go to let's say you go to a carol service in a big cathedral, exactly the same thing happens because of the speed of sound. It's really weird.
I mean, with Happy Birthday as well, there's the problem that, especially amongst folkies, nobody wants to sing the tune.
Yeah.
And the other one is that the person who pitches it, who starts singing it, forgets that Happy Birthday starts on the lowest note of the song.
Yeah.
So if you're going, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Anyway. So there are two important things to know. In any folky gathering singing happy birthday, be the person singing the tune. And if you're the person starting it, for God's sake, start it low.
Start as low as you can.
There's life advice for you from filkers.
Yeah, I mean we've already had the life lesson from Pac-Man, so
Yeah.
more life advice, practical life advice.
Do you have any more practical life advice in your
Well, I have. I can tell you about a thing that I observed earlier today, and I'm going to grab Jones of the String for this. So the eye of the engine theme just keeps going. No, so I was getting on the bus at the St Andrews bus station, and it's always a bit chaotic at the bus station, especially at the end of the day. It's not obvious what the queue is, and somebody got in the queue like ahead of someone else, and I could tell they were absolutely raging.
Yes.
Like, because you just don't do that, do you?
No.
And I have just the thing for people who have people jump the queue, or or people who follow someone through a door and they don't say thank you.
Yes. Although apparently someone did some. It's one of those amazing pieces of research that probably can't be replicated. They got these students to butt into the queue with non sequitur excuses.
All right.
Butting into the queue, going, "I'm terribly sorry. My mum's 47."
Remember this one.
And offering the excuse, almost without exception, placated the people they jumped the queue in front of.
Well, probably just confused them.
Didn't matter what it was, whether it was valid or not. And I seem to recall there was, the other, and it's just, this is all very, very subjective, but of course, the more attractive the person doing the butting in was, the more placated the people behind them in the queue were.
Well,
sadly, I do not have links to that to either of those papers. So this is mere anecdote.
Things you hear from a bloke in a pub it's
no. I've genuinely read the paper. I just haven't kept the reference.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
I have an alternative suggestion for if people do that to you. I've got just the things to say to them. I was walking down the corridor and you were just behind. You followed through held it to be kind. Now I really shouldn't care that you didn't thank me, and I do not wish you lasting harm. But if I may speak frankly, may the laces on your shoes come loose, however tight you tie them. May your chips be undercooked, however long you fry them. May the flat pack you ordered come with a missing screw. May you feel the urge to sneeze, but never do. I hope the whole music's out of tune as you spend an hour waiting, and the chocolate chips in your cookies always turn out to be raisins. You came around the corner running for the bus. I was here long ago, but still you got on first. Now there's room for all to take a seat. It's not so full today, and I'm not one to hold a grudge, but still I have to say, when you go to the checkout, may you pick the slowest queue. When you search the web for answers, may they only be on YouTube. May the phone in your office ring at 1 minute to 5. May you always be out when the courier arrives. May the laces on your shoes come loose, however tight you tie them. May your chips be undercooked, however long you fry them. May the flat pack you ordered come with a missing screw. May you feel the urge to sneeze, but never do. I hope the whole music's out of tune as you spend an hour waiting, and the chocolate chips in your cookies always turn out to be raisins. I hope the chocolate chips in your cookies always turn out to be raisins. I always get someone saying after that, but I like raisins.
I am one of those people.
Well, you can have mine.
I know. It's yeah. That's not the point, is it? In chat, Chastity likes raisins.
Oh, well, there you go.
You type that before you said anything.
You can have my raisins too. So there's at the FilkCon, Lexi during that song was handing out cookies, and it was a mix of chocolate chip and raisins in the box.
In the same cookie, yeah.
I don't think there were any in the same cookie, because that would have been properly evil.
I think from recollection of the one that I had, it had both raisins and chocolate chips.
Oh wow,
in it.
Good lord! I'm glad I didn't get one of the booby-trapped ones like that.
It was a fine moment. How many of your songs got nominated for the Comic Songs, Sam?
3, I think.
And you, in a matter of, we were sort of slightly admiring the fact that rather than split the vote, you left them all on the ballot, and you still won.
I didn't know it was an option.
It is an option.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, anyway,
now
I know, and I have a lovely little ornamental Sam.
Yes.
In my living
they're
room.
beautiful.
So
I
was thrilled by that, I have to say.
Yeah. Omega designs these beautiful things, just gorgeous.
Yeah.
We got Simon here, but no Talis. Marilisa, hi Marilisa. Rick Hewitt, I don't think I said hi yet, but hi. Best serious and best silly at Milk on 2 last summer. Yes, this is a good point. Gonna have to, Leave room for someone
you can see
else
them on the-
at some point. My attempt at Best Silly didn't get nominated, so
What was that one?
the Cthulhu one.
Oh, right.
You know, the hymn to a definitely fictional god.
Yeah, your Looper got nominated though.
Oh yeah, true, yes, yeah. But yeah, but was beaten by Marilisa and Misha Marilisa's performance that was just glorious.
Oh yes.
Didn't object to that at all with Marilisa and the wonderful Amy. Just a glorious thing. Right. What am I going to sing? I will show off the Looper again. Why not?
Yay.
Edwin knows. Today, Ed Sheeran and his production crew finally launched a commercial version of the Looper that Ed uses on stage. 1,200 quid it is, although it's built like a tank, and I can kind of see where the money went. And it's clearly we're selling these to the public, so we get a genuine commercial manufacturer making these, so they'll be available almost as commodities. So if we're doing on a tour in somewhere and everything goes tits up, then as long as we've got a PA and a local pro music shop, we can go and buy one, and Ed can do the full show. So there's you can kind of see why they're doing it, but of course the manual dropped and the stuff like that, and I've spent all of today trying to make Loopy Pro behave like Ed Sheeran's Looper, and I'm at the moment I'm that close. And for bonus points, this is not a way I would ever use my Looper, so it's just, I don't know what I'm doing. I think it's that thing about doing code golf, of just a code golf. If you don't know, chat, is the process of writing a computer program to generally solve quite a simple, not real problem, and trying to implement it in the fewest key strokes, hence golf, the fewest strokes. Perl, the language I programmed in professionally for years, used to be an absolute monster at this. I spent an awful lot of time having an awful lot of fun doing that, and Loopy Pro is insanely configurable, but it's not programmable. So you have to do it as if you're configuring an electromechanical pinball machine, which is a completely different way of wrapping your head round implementing a process, which is great fun. And it's weird how much thinking like a programmer helps with assembling this pseudo pinball machine. Anyway, this is a song that I sing on the Looper. I am a poor wayfaring stranger, journeying through this world of woe. But there's no sickness, toil, no danger in that bright land to which I go. I'm going there to see my father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I am just going, I know the Jordan. I'm only going, I know the home. I know dark clouds will gather on me. I I know my way in rough and steep, and beauteous fields lie just before me, where God's redeemed individuals keep. I'm going there to meet my mother. She said she'll meet me when I come. I am just going over going. I'm only going over going. I want to wear the crown of glory when I come home in the bright light. I want to shout salvation story in concert with washed by. I'm going there to meet my Savior, to sing His praise forevermore. I am just going over Jordan. I'm only going. I'm going there to meet my Savior, to sing His praise forevermore. I am just going. I'm only 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 I'm only going over home. Here you go.
That sounds fabulous. I bet Ed Sheeran never does that.
He does a version of Poor Wayfaring Stranger, but he doesn't do it like that.
Of course he does. Yeah, probably not like that, no.
No, it's yeah. Yeah, the great thing about Poor Wayfaring Stranger, of course, harmonically it's not very interesting.
Oh, so that's great for the loopy.
So if you're doing the bass, it's that classic bass player in a country and western band going 1 5 1 5 1 5 1 1 5 1 5, and so the chords, I think in an accompaniment to Poor Wayfaring Stranger, you're basically going 1 5, classic folk accompaniment. You never even go to the 4, and that means that pretty much all the notes in the song harmonise with all the notes in the song, and they certainly harmonise on that cycle with all the notes in the song at that point in the loop. So you kind of like, it kind of lets you get away with murder because it's not harmonically complicated, but right. That just lets it be rhythmically and sonically complicated. So you kind of like, you get the complexity some other way, basically.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes these 2 chord songs are particularly hard to do well as well. Yeah. So the fact that you can build it up that way is great. Mm-hmm. So I've never really my uke playing, let's say, is fairly basic. It's just I'm just playing like the basic first position chords. Yeah. So it means if I'm playing a 2 chord song, it really will sound a little dull. Yeah. Just because that's why I play lots of chords, is so that I don't have to. So what I'm saying basically is 2 chord songs are harder to play well than 8, 9 chord songs, at least in my experience.
I don't know.
Or harder to make interesting.
Well, I think with. I mean, I'm always very much led by the vocal in most of the stuff I like.
Yeah,
and
okay.
The 3-chord trick behind it is You know, I mean, if it's a major song, you can do a 3-chord trick behind it. It's just people get fancy. But you can still. I mean, Ed Sheeran makes a point of saying he can sing any song that you care to mention with no more than 4 chords, and he's not wrong.
Yeah.
It's just the chords that he chooses won't be harmonising like the accompaniment of the original song. But that's not the point, really, because there's any number of ways of harmonising anything you can sing. But, and you might possibly have to tap dance between multiple chords quite quickly when it's when there are notes that aren't quite. Anyway, yeah.
Might struggle with key changes, I suppose, but still.
Yeah, it's going to modulate up one. That's a classic trick in Irish sessions. They'll do 3 repeats and then modulate from D to E, because the Irish melodeon is a diatonic instrument, i.e. but the Irish melodeon is in C sharp and D, the 2 rows, and that pretty much means you can play anything chromatically. A proper Irish flute is a keyed flute, which means it's a chromatic instrument. It's just more comfortable in D or G. So your mustard Irish players in a session, the sort of modulation up is a way of saying we are properly skilled players here, and we can play all the notes. And it does,
I play both the chords, C and F.
Yeah. Oh, F's a bit of a bastard, isn't it?
Not on a uke, but on a guitar, yes, it is.
Well, hey, if it was good enough for Paul, if it was good enough for George Harrison, it should be good enough for anyone.
Quite right. Yeah.
He wrote some absolute bangers on his uke, didn't he?
Yeah. He would apparently have his car boot full of ukes, because in case he met someone who didn't have one.
Yeah.
And that seems a good philosophy to me.
He does come across as being quite a nice bloke, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, McCartney's the same. You kind of like...
There's a famous quote, at least in the uke world, from Paul McCartney, and it's something like, "To this day, if I meet an adult who plays the ukulele, then I'll immediately like them." Something like that.
Yeah. I can see that. I've got a fantastic photograph. I took my family's into vintage cars, and my brother runs a tyre garage selling tyres to fit vintage cars, which is a fairly niche, specialised rubber product, he calls them. Right. And he tends to take the van to race meetings, because his favourite customers go to race meetings because they get through a lot of rubber, and often want fresh, just before the race they'll turn up and get fresh tyres put on, and so he takes all the gear and he fits some fresh tyres and all that kind of stuff. So I was, and this year they were at Silverstone, so I was ambling round the Silverstone paddock car park with my camera and came across a very nice Ferrari 328, proper Ferrari 328. It was red, like Ferraris are supposed to be. And on the back shelf, and I have a photograph because I couldn't believe it, on the back shelf of this Ferrari, well, you can guess one of the things that was on there. It was, in fact, a banjo ukulele or a banjo-lele. I'm not quite sure what the difference is. But yes, there was a banjo ukulele and a copy of The Sun on the parcel shelf of a Ferrari 328. And it just tickled me.
Those 3 things together, just my brain would explode.
Yes, it was definitely one of those. What? But there you go. So yeah. Mr. Mashuman is another adult who plays the ukulele. Hurrah!
Excellent.
This is
I hope we'll be hearing that in August at the Milcon. I gather Mr. Mashuman has a gig there.
Yay! This meeting of ukulelists eponymous has been convened.
Yes.
Do you have another song?
I'm going to have a
go and
ukulele.
fill my bottle.
Have we been geeky enough, do you think?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I do have I don't set out to write silly songs. They just seem to turn out that way sometimes.
That just happen, yeah.
But I've written one or two that actually stayed moderately serious, just by chance. And I've got one here that I co-wrote with Ada Lovelace. In the sense that, so Ada Lovelace, for people who don't know, Ada Lovelace is famous for being the first computer programmer. So she wrote programs for the Babbage's difference engine. So they were never able to run them, but until pretty recently. But I think she had a much more important insight than that, which is that she realised that numbers are not just about mathematics, but numbers could represent anything. You could use numbers to represent notes in a musical scale or colours in a picture. And she also had a bit of a way with words. So what I did was I took some of her quotes and kind of rearranged them jigsaw puzzle-like into a song, which is called Poetical Science. I'm going to start again, but in tune. Should we do in tune? Is that a thing we do around here?